Metamorphosis, all is in a state of flux. February 26, 2013. We are the angelic legions of the Divine Mother. We greet you this day when spring is beginning to show its first signs of arriving to the northern hemisphere. As the leaves of the first bulbs break through the cold and damp soil of winter gardens, so you are undergoing a metamorphosis, changing from one form to another. Your world follows suit, as change becomes a constant companion, sometimes dogging your heels as you move through your day. Nothing will remain as it once was, all is in a state of flux. We are the angels who do the bidding of the Divine Mother. We work closely with the archangels and personal guides of those who are acting as way showers and light workers on planet Earth at this time. We wish to speak to you of many things, first and foremost the various changes that your bodies and minds are undergoing. First, you are going through an intense period of regrowth, like a developing fetus within a mother's womb. Your bodies are gradually phasing into becoming light bodies, but remember, it takes time for changes to manifest into the physical. The changes filter down from the soul through the mental, emotional and finally, the physical body, similar to the gestation of a young body. As you undergo physical transformation, you are also undergoing a change in how you view your world. Your connection to spirit is growing, and with the reconnection comes remembrance of who you are and what you are, more than the body, more than one person. You are an aspect of the Creator, a facet of God. You are a divine being come into the world to learn about self and to help others to remember. Each of you is also undergoing a profound cleansing period, where all that belongs to the old paradigm is being delicately stripped from your being. You are discovering that what you thought was self, was far from the real self that is slowly being revealed as you undergo this transformation. You are beginning to forget, memories are disappearing, even words and things that you have learned in the past are fading from your mind. As you forget, you begin to learn to live in the moment, in the present, in the now. You may find yourself, at odd moments, suddenly remembering an old relationship, a long-lost lover or a friend, a relative to whom you have not seen or spoken to in years. You may glimpse a portion of an event once significant to you that you have strived to hold on to, but that suddenly doesn't seem important anymore. Let it go. Let it all go, the trauma, the emotions, your misinterpretation of someone else's actions or words, scraps and loose memories of what you thought you were. You are no longer that person who could be so easily offended or hurt. You no longer feel it necessary to cling to what has gone out of your life. Indeed, you might feel that these glimpses into your past are almost as if they were images from another life. Your bodies, emotional, mental and physical, are being washed by a river of light. This river gently extricates and removes trauma long stored in your cellular structures, even traumas emanating from other lifetimes. Let these memories and pictures move through you, washed by the light working upon your cells. Feel the emotions as they release from the electromagnetic field and dissipate into the ethers around you. You are undergoing a profound healing of your entire being. Simply allow it to happen. It is a gift from heaven, from your own higher self who brought you here to undergo this process of bringing heaven to earth, grounding the ascension energies into the physical body as the planet undergoes her own ascension. We feel that for many of the light workers there has been a growing sense of loss, perhaps some disappointment and no little frustration when it was realized that many of the ascension symptoms thought to have been dealt with before last December have returned. These symptoms are a sign that you are, indeed, undergoing a profound period of change, a metaphoric process where you are becoming a new being, one who can anchor and carry the high-frequency energies within a physical body and still function in the world. By bringing the light into your body, you are making it possible for your world to ascend, again, into the Christed frequency from which she descended long ago. Your planet is becoming a sacred planet, one of 12 in the universe, a very special place, and you are here to assist in this birthing process. It is a sacred trust, and right now, it is a work in progress. As you continue to experience the various symptoms of ascension, understand that it does require patience. Both you and your planet are as pregnant women, dealing with the aches and pains, the discomforts and changes in body structure, the emotions and heat flashes, moodiness and whatnot, all for the purpose of creating something new together, a new world. Feel into what gives you a feeling of peace and relaxation. It is hard enough for a pregnant woman to be comfortable during the 9 months of gestation. Many of you have been dealing with these changes on a daily basis for years. They will continue for as long as is necessary, so learn patience and be kind to yourself. Listen to what your body requires at the moment to make itself comfortable, give it the needed rest and pamper yourself a little. Above all, be gentle with yourself and those around you. Many are also undergoing changes that they understand very little. In your greater awareness and calm presence, others can take heart and come to understand that the process is a natural one. The process is one that has been foreseen and planned for a long time, ever since the world first fell into the lower densities and even before. This long cycle was preordained and now the return to the light is nearly complete. As the transformational period continues through the next months, you will find yourself coming into contact with those who are of a similar frequency level as your own. Some of you will begin working with other members of your soul family, either those who are embodied on the planet, those who are part of galactic crews whose ships populate the skies above your planet, as well as those who work from the spirit world. It has been a lonely time for many light workers, who have been sprinkled liberally across the face of the planet, many being the sole anchor of light in their communities. However, as more people awaken, those same light workers will find themselves more in demand, as people begin to question everything about their lives. Just being a calm presence will assist these new seekers to discover more about themselves. People are more sensitive to vibration and thought than is presently realized. Your calm presence will assist greatly and people will respond by relaxing in your presence. What can you do for yourself and in preparation for your continued work here? Learn to listen to the still voice within. Take up channeling if you feel comfortable. Certainly journaling, artwork and music are useful in soothing whatever agitation is stirred up during this period. Remember that you are always channeling your higher self, soul and monad, soul family, in ways that are not always obvious. As you begin to tune in more, the subtle messages of spirit will become more apparent. And if you don't listen, there are ways that spirit can and will reach you, eventually. Dreams, intuitive understandings, unusual sights and occurrences, repeating patterns and number sequences. Keep your eyes and ears open for the signs that spirit is attempting to communicate and then be open to what comes. All of you came with specific missions or dharma to complete. Some of you are not aware of what this work is supposed to be. It will become more apparent in the days and months to come, and you can assist in opening up to the possibilities by learning to accept yourself as you are. Many of you have simply come to transmute the energies as they move through your bodies and to go through the process of reconnecting to spirit, a connection that most of the population has lost, even if they consider themselves to be spiritual people. Humanity has forgotten their divine roots, that there is no need of an intermediary to stand between the individual and God. Each person is an extension of their soul, housed within a vehicle, the body. What has been deemed spirituality on this planet is in many instances simply idolatry, with people worshipping those beings that they deem to be higher and greater than they will ever be. Instead of being a uniting force, it will be seen that religion and dogma has served to divide people, to foster distrust, hatred and bigotry. There is good in every religion, as they were all started by advanced souls, but for the most part the original teachings have been warped and manipulated by those who desired power and authority over others. What is good in religious teachings will remain. The rest will be stripped away. Many pious good people are in for major shocks as they discover how manipulated and controlled they have been by those spiritual leaders that they trusted. Already layers of cover-ups, deceptions and lies are beginning to be revealed. More will come, and as a result reactions and tempers may flare. Learn to be an island of calm in the storm so that those who you interact with will see that there is another way to be, calm, serene and balanced, letting that whose time it is to leave, go. We see your whole world going through growing pains right now. Institutions are falling apart at the seams, sometimes in rather surprising ways, as with the resignation of the Pope, the abdication of rulers and the continuing upset in the economic world, exposure of professional athletics and other developments. The structures developed during the dark period of the Kali Yuga are being dismantled. Their foundations have been removed. What you see in the mass media is mostly smoke and mirrors at this point. The economy is faltering as greedy bankers still try to charge countries high rates of interest on money. The common people are beginning to wake up rapidly. It takes this kind of pressure to force change in the masses. Like a hothouse flower being forced into early bloom, so are the people being forced into an awakening process by the one area in their lives that affects them deeply, money. Eventually, it will be seen by people that money is an artificial construct of the old paradigm, one that was devised to keep control over people. Money is not necessary. People will eventually create systems of barter and sharing that will work around the problems that have been created by the outmoded banking system. As the people begin to awaken, initially they may be angry, even as some of you the light workers are still angry, directing your thoughts towards what you see as negative in your world. We would gently suggest that you move your thoughts away from the rapidly decaying elements of the old paradigm, as it will continue to break down on its own without your assistance. Remember that you are creators. Your thoughts are more powerful than most of you understand right now. What you focus on the most becomes what manifests in your world. Learn to keep your thoughts focused on more positive outcomes even if they do not manifest directly. They will soon enough. This is a period where much change is manifesting into your daily existence as what has been dominant and a power in your world is now in the process of becoming undone and leaving. Institutions that once were the foundation of the community are being exposed as something else. The revelations will continue to come, fast and furious, creating much upset and unrest among the populations. Governments will be unable to provide the support needed for fixing things as their monetary supply dries up or as the people rise up in rebellion over austerity measures and increased taxes. Do not expect governments to work miracles or to solve the unsolvable problems created by greed, lack of vision and entropy. Some of you will discover as you begin to open up to your multidimensional self that solutions for these problems will present themselves. Many wonderful creative notions will be able to be put into practical usage once the institutions that would have prevented these things from coming into being have disappeared from the world stage. A new world is coming into being and you are here to assist in its birthing. You are the midwife and the pregnant woman, the father and the mother. Together you are bringing forth the Christed child, within yourself and your world. The Christed frequencies are returning to this world and you, with your glorified light body and unified force field, will anchor those energies here. You chose to be here for a purpose, a holy purpose. Open to your greater being and discover that purpose for yourself. We believe that you will be amazed to see how gifted you all are even now. You have vastly underestimated your capacity for creation. Now you have an opportunity to begin to utilize those skills that you have mastered in other dimensions, to bring them into physical reality, on this planet, here and now. Avail yourself of this time of preparation and transformation to rest, recuperate and gather your strength. As the various timelines and worlds begin to separate towards the end of this year and the next, the real work of rebuilding your world will commence. Now is the time to prepare. Our blessings go with you. Call on us to assist you, we will hear you. Namaste. Thank you, beloved angels. Channeled by Tezjima, Elizabeth Ayres Escher. BlueDragonJournal.com